Following a recent donation having been received by Biggin Hill Romania Group, provisions were purchased and delivered today. Some money remains from that donation, and having spoken to the lady for whom it is intended, it's been agreed that a voucher for the balance will be obtained from a local supermarket, from where goods can then be selected by the individual when she wants to get them, and she'll be able to choose the items that are of most need for her family. Neither alcohol nor cigarettes will be purchased, and I will be provided with receipts that will show what was obtained. From today's delivery session, I found out that the eldest daughter had recently obtained a copy of her own birth certificate issued by the local authority from where she was born, very many miles away from where she currently lives. And it was sent by fax to the local town hall. Having received the copy birth certificate, a new ID card was produced and issued by the police. It was collected by the young lady without her mother's knowledge, and then that young woman left her son with his grandparents, and following a phone call from a man, the young lady has left the area, possibly to another country. Her own mother doesn't know where. It's not possible to get the young mother's children's birth certificates without their mother's identity card, and therefore, as their mother has left, her children still aren't eligible to receive child allowance nor social help. The grandfather is able to apply for him and his wife and their oldest granddaughter to receive social assistance, which might be worth around 350 RON, being about £60 per month, from which, over time, the grandmother will be able to repay some of the debts that she owes to the local authority. But in order to complete the paperwork, they need to obtain 2 advarenza from a family doctor, who refuses to discuss matters with them until they pay the 40 RON fee. Once the paperwork has been finalised, the grandmother will be eligible to have medical investigations undertaken and receive hospital treatment herself, something that she's unable to do until then, despite suffering pain, discomfort and potentially an extremely serious medical condition. The grandmother is going to get some seeds to plant in the garden so as to grow some vegetables and save having to buy them from the market. They will be planted in the front garden so that the family can keep an eye on them and hopefully prevent them from being stolen. Recently, their back fence was stolen overnight. Although the grandmother heard the fence being dismantled, she didn't dare go and prevent the theft due to fear of being beaten by the thieves. A policeman, who is a godparent for one of the children of the house, visited to inquire as to how his godchild was doing. But the neighbours accused the family of having had the policeman to their house in order to tell him what those neighbours had been up to themselves. That the family have since been threatened by some of the neighbours as a result of that visit. Today, the 8th of March, is International Women's Day, something very much celebrated in Romania, and children take flowers to school to present to their female teachers. Unfortunately, the eldest grandchild wasn't able to take even an individual flower for her teacher today because the family didn't have money to buy one. That same grandchild was very sick recently and her grandmother took her to hospital, but because the child doesn't have a birth certificate, she's not eligible to receive free medical treatment. However, one of the nurses who knows the family bought and gave the child 3 days of medication. Unfortunately, that wasn't enough and the child is still quite unwell and coughs a lot overnight. The family was very happy with the provisions that had been purchased and delivered today. That's the end of that for now.